Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, my dear students. Grade 4, the heroes of grade 4. Welcome to listen to in concept 2, senses at work. Our lesson today is talking about super senses in some animals. Super senses in some animals. We know that we have 5 senses. You remember that we have 5 senses. Sense of touch, sense of smell, sense of hearing, sense of taste, sense of sight. And we have some organs used, we depend on some organs in these senses. For example, we depend on our skin for touch, and we depend on our nose for smell, and we depend for our ears for hearing, and we depend on our tongue for tasting, and we depend on our eyes for sight. So we, the humans, depend on our sensory organs in our senses. And also the animals have some senses, and they have the sight, they have the hearing, they have the taste, and maybe they have stronger senses more than human. Stronger than human, maybe stronger. Like what? Like here, some animals, snake, bat, and owl. In the beginning, before we talk about these super senses, the super senses in this animal, we have a question to warm up. Here, read with me the question. Here, the question is talking about are you able to see things easily in the dark? Yes or no? It is not easy in the dark. It is not easy in the dark to see things. So our answer will be no, we cannot see in the dark. The other question, if you cannot see in the dark, can you use another sense? Can you use another sense? Yes. If we cannot use our eyes or our sight in the dark, because light is very important for us to see things. If there is dark and we want to locate something, maybe to move in the room, we can use another sense. Like what? Like, for example, touch or hearing. Touch or hearing. Okay, you can use other senses like touch or hearing. Okay, so you can move at your room by touching things. You can move in the dark, and you can use your ears if there is a sound, the cassette is working or the TV is working. You can use your ears to move in the dark room. So now, other animals also use their senses, their super senses, to adapt in the environment, to find their food, to locate things, to avoid danger, and to catch prey. The animals also use senses to identify people, identify friends, and so on. Let's go to talk about some animals. Here, we have to talk about the snake. And the snake, you remember, it is from reptiles. And the bat, you know, it is from mammals. Owl, also, owl is from what? Yes, owl from birds. So we have here the snake from reptiles. Okay. The snake from reptiles, like this, and the bat from mammals. And the owl from what? From birds. Very good. There is a difference between them. So we have three different animals. One from reptiles, which is a snake. One from mammals, which is a bat. And one from birds, which is the owl. Let's go and talk about their super senses in these animals. These animals are nocturnal animals. What is the meaning of nocturnal animals? Of course, you know, they are active at night. They are active at night. They are night active animals that get food without needing for light. They don't use the sight, but they use other senses. They don't use eyes or the sight or the vision, but they can use other senses. We'll see now the other senses in these animals. But why these animals are nocturnal animals? Why they become active at night? This is an important question. If you ask yourself, the cause of the nocturnal animals' night activity, why they are become active at night, not in the morning? There is many reasons they make this, many reasons, there is many reasons make these animals nocturnal. Like what? They look for the food at night to avoid extremely hot places. Some animals become active at night, like the snake, because the snake is living in the desert. And the desert is very hot in the morning. So it searches for food in the night, like also fennec fox and other desert animals. Also, these nocturnal animals, the food of them, their food is available only at night. الطعام متوفر فقط بالليل. يعني the rats move at night مثلا. So the snake move at night, search for the rats. And the bats search also about insects and other small animals to eat. They are found their food at night. This is another reason because why they are nocturnal animals. Also, there is another reason. Some animals rely on cover of the darkness to surprise their prey. They depend on the dark to surprise their prey. Easy to catch the prey at night. The prey is sleeping, maybe the prey is not aware, so it can catch it easily. So these nocturnal animals has many reasons to be nocturnal animals. يوجد أسباب عديدة تجعل هذه الحيوانات حيوانات ليلية. Like what again? Like food in the night time is available. Like also the hot time in the morning, extremely hot in the morning. Food is available only at night, and it is very hot at the morning. And some animals depend on the darkness to surprise their prey, to catch them without feeling. They don't feel, they don't aware. They are not aware by this animal come to catch them and eat them. So they are nocturnal for many reasons. They are nocturnal for many reasons. Now let's go talk about the super senses in these animals. The super sensory organs in the snake. For example, the snake here is eating what? Can you see this picture? Here, the snake is eating a frog. Very good. The snake is hunting a frog. Okay, one of the favorite food of the snake is the frog. So the snake is eating a frog and catching the frog, depending in what sense. The snake has different senses, not like us. Doesn't depend on the sense of touch or doesn't depend on the sense of hearing, but it has the ability to sense the heat of the prey. It has some parts in the head which can feel the heat of the prey. Like the thermometer. When you go to the mall, there is a thermometer which feel your heat. It is the same in the snake. We make something like the snake. we feel the heat by a thermometer, and the snake feel the heat by special organs in their face. Okay, they have special organs or special parts in their face. They allow the snake to catch the prey. So the snake is able to catch the prey by what? By some sensory organs in its head. Yeah, very good. And they can detect the position of their prey in complete darkness. They can detect, ممكن أن يتعرفوا the position of their prey، مكان الفريسة بتاعتهم in the complete darkness، في الظلام التام. يبقى عندهم حاسة خاصة جدا على الوجه أو الرأس تساعدهم في معرفة درجة الحرارة بتاعت الفريسة. They have special organs, special parts on the head or in the face to know the temperature or the heat of the body of the prey. عندهم قدرة إحساس بحرارة الفريسة، وبالتالي عاملين زي ما يكون عندهم ترمومتر. This is a super sensory organ. This is a different sensory organ which we don't have like it. We don't have like it, but we make something like it, which is the thermometer. Okay? The question here, I have a question for you. Snakes use heat to hunt. Snakes use heat to hunt. Why is this sense useful to snakes? Why this sense is useful to snakes? Snakes are unable to see at night. They have a very weak sight. Because they hunt at night, they have a very, very weak sight and the eyes. They cannot see at night clearly, but they use the sense of heat to catch the prey and find the prey. So the snake has a super sensory organ to feel the heat of the prey in the dark. Now we move to another animal, which is the bat. The bat, we know that it is from mammals, and the bat is a nocturnal animal also. The bat is a nocturnal animal also. But what is the super sense in the bat? Yeah, I am hearing your answer. The super sense of the bat? The hearing sense. Very good. The super sense is hearing. Hearing sense. It is super in the bat. In the bat. Very good. Because it uses the ear to locate things by a property called echolocation. If you remember, like the dolphin, the bat, like the dolphin, it makes echolocation. It makes sound waves, and when the sound waves produced and reflect from when it hit the object or the prey, it reflects again, and the bat can receive the reflecting or the bounced sound from the prey, and it can locate it from the reflection sound. Okay, so the bat has a super sensory organ, which is what? The bat has a super sensory organ, which is the hearing sense. Very good. The hearing sense. So the bat here has a super sensory organ, which is the hearing sense. How can the bat use the super sensory organ of the hearing? Lamar, can you tell me? What is the super sense in the bat? Are you with me? Okay, the super sense in the bat is the sense of hearing, because it uses the hearing sense to locate things by a property called echolocation. Echolocation property means that sending some sound waves, and when the sound waves reflect, when it hit the prey, the sound waves reflect again, and the bat can locate the objects like the prey, like the wall, or like anything else. The bat can locate things by echolocation. So the bat can fly in the dark, and the bat doesn't depend on the eye on flying. It depends on the the sense of hearing. It depends on the sense of hearing. So bat must hunt in the dark, unlike the dolphin. Although both use echolocation for hunting. The dolphin can hunt anytime, but the bat uses the echolocation like the dolphin, but only at the night, because the bat is a nocturnal animal. How does the bat catch rat in the dark? It is easy. How can the bat catch rat in the dark? By using echolocation. By using echolocation. Echolocation. The bat uses echolocation to hunt in the dark. So it uses the hearing sense, not the vision or not the sight. So the bat is a nocturnal animal which can use the sense of hearing in catching prey. Yeah, excellent. So the bat is a nocturnal animal. It can hunt in the night. It doesn't depend on the sight, but it depends on the hearing sense, depending on the hearing sense, on the ears. So it have a very super sense, which is what? The hearing sense. You can read here. They cannot see very well in the dark. The bat cannot see very well in the dark. So they use echolocation or echoes to help them to find their prey and their food. So the bat is a nocturnal animal. It has a super sensory organs, which are the ears, and it depends on the echolocation in finding their food. Excellent. Now we can move to another animal, which is the owl. The owl, as you know from birds, it is an amazing bird, not ordinary bird. It is an amazing bird. It has a different shape from any bird. It has a bowl-shaped face, the two eyes in front. Any other bird don't have the bowl-shaped face. They face like a dish or like a bowl. وشها عامل زي الطبق كده. زي الصحن. The two eyes in front of the face. العيون في الأمام. لكن any other bird, the eyes at the two sides. العيون بتكون بتاعت أي طائر آخر على جنبين الوجه، على جنبين الرأس. لكن in the owl, there is the two eyes in the front of the face, and the face has a bowl shape, okay, which is specialized head feathers and specialized head feather. It has some feather on the head. And also, both features direct the distant sounds directly into the owl ears. The shape of the head, the shape of the face, which is like a bowl shape, like a dish. هذا الشكل الذي يشبه الطبق أو الصحن يساعد في جمع الصوت. Help in collecting sounds, distant sound. يجمع الصوت من بعيد جدا. يبقى the owl has a face with a different from any other bird. It can collect sounds and from very far away distance. And the owl has a large ears. Also, it has large ears, which detects the small distant movement of any animal, of a certain animal, like a rat. When it make a noise, when it moves on the ground, it make a noise. When it hides between the grass or under the ice, the owl can sense by ears, by the sense of hearing. The strong sense here is the hearing sense. Also, the owl depends on hearing sense to catch prey, to sense by the prey. The super sense here is hearing and also the sight. Hearing and the sight are the very strong senses in the owl. The owl has the ability to turn its head all the way around to search for prey in every direction. The owl can move the head in every direction. So the owl has a very special organ, which is the head. The head has a shape of the dish or the bowl shape, and this helps to collect sounds from very far distance. شكل الرأس يشبه الايه او الوجه يشبه الصحن او الطبق، وهذا يساعدها في جمع الايه الاصوات من بعيد. And the ears are very large. عندها أذن كبيرة. Also collect sound or any movement of a rat or any movement of a small animal it wants to eat. It can hear its sound by the help of the ears. It has large ears. And also, the head has the ability to move a 360 degrees. It can move in all directions. And this is the properties of the owl, make it a super animal. It has the super sensory organs, the sight and the hearing. The sight and the hearing. So if I ask you what is the super senses in the owl? Super senses in the owl, super senses in the owl are, the answer is A. The answer is sight, very good, and hearing, very good. Sight and hearing, sight and hearing. It has a strong sight and strong hearing sense. So the owl is a nocturnal animal also. The owl is a nocturnal animal also. Here I have a question. How does the shape of the owl head help in here what in here what is cannot see? How does the shape of the head help in hearing the things that cannot see? The answer will be what? The owl head like a bowl shape, and it has some feather which collect sound from far distance. And also the ears are big, so they can collect small sounds or any movement of any prey like a rat is moving. So the head helped a lot in the owl searching for food. Here the answer is look at this. The owl has a bowl-shaped face to pick up a distant sound and amplifies them. Amplify يعني make it greater or bigger. Amplify the sound, make it bigger. Okay? So the owl has a special head like a bowl shape تشبه الصحن. الرأس بتاعها يشبه الصحن. الوجه بتاعها يشبه الصحن. And it can make sound from a large distance, long distance. تقدر تجمع الصوت من أماكن بعيدة because it make like amplifier. Amplifier the sound يعني make sound bigger. Makes the sound bigger. So the owl can hunt in the dark, but it doesn't depend on the seeing sense or sight. It doesn't depend on the sight here. In this case, it depends on the hearing sense. Okay? But it has a strong sight, and also the owl has a strong hearing sense. Now we can solve some questions about the nocturnal animals, the snake, the bat, and the owl. The first question here we have, choose the correct answer. Nocturnal animals are space active animals. Yeah, night or day and night. Yeah, correct. They are night active animals. Very good. They are night active animals. Very good. Right. Number two, bat uses the sense of space to find its food. Think carefully. The bat use what sense to find the food? Is it hearing or sight or feeling? We know the bat use echolocation to find the food. So what sense here? The super sense here is what? Hearing. Very good. The hearing is very strong sense in the bat. Number three, owl's head turns in space to find food. The owl's head turns in to find the food. One direction or two directions or all directions. We remember the owl can move its head 360 degrees. It can move it in all directions, and it helps the owl to find the food. Very nice. Excellent, my son. Some animals can find their food in the dark, by space, by sensing the heat of the prey, or by hearing echo, or B and C. Think carefully before answer. Think carefully. Some animal can find their food in the dark by what? By, we have the bat by echo, and we have the snake by the heat. So the answer will be A and B. The correct answer will be A and B. This is the answer. Very good. Let's go to the school book now. Let's go to the school book now. Let's see some questions about the senses in the super senses in some animals. Here we have the dolphin, and the super sense in the dolphin is what? The super sense in the dolphin is what? Super sense in the dolphin is, I let you think. The super sense in the dolphin is what? Who can tell me? Yes, hearing. Very good. Hearing sense. Hearing sense. It can use echolocation like the bat. It can use the hearing sense to locate food, to locate things. So the dolphin can use echolocation also like the bat. Okay? Okay. Look at this. Look at the Al-Mu'asir book. We have here amazing graph about some animals. The bat here, and the dolphin, the dog, and the human, and the dogs. The super senses in the dog, and the human, and the dolphin. Look at the strength of the hearing. Strength of the hearing. قوة حاسة السمع. In the human, it is about 20. 20 Hz. 20 Hz. Or 20 kilo Hz. 20 kilo Hz. This is a unit of a frequency. So it is 20 in the humans. يعني نقدر نسمع الصوت لغاية 20 كيلو هرتز. طب نشوف كده الدوج يقدر يسمع صوت لغاية كام؟ نشوف كده هنا. الدوج بيوصل لغاية كام؟ نقرب من ال 60 كيلو هرتز. ده الدوج أقوى ولا اليومن؟ Which is a stronger sense of hearing? Of course, the dog has a stronger sense of hearing. The human can hear 20 and the dog can hear 60 kilohertz. Look at the dolphin now. Oh, it has a very strong, very strong super sense. It can sense for 160 kilohertz. It is very strong super sense in the dolphin. More than dog and more than human. So the dolphin use echolocation. The dolphin use echolocation. Here we have some animals and the super senses of these animals. We have some animals and the super senses of these animals. These animals we have here, the snake, the nocturnal animals, and the super senses in this animal. The super sensory adaptation and the reason. The nocturnal animal and the super sensory adaptation, the nocturnal animal here, the super sensory adaptation and the reason. And the reason. Look at the first animal, which is a snake, which is from reptiles. The snake is from reptiles. The snake has the ability to sense the heat. This is amazing ability, an amazing adaptation, structural adaptation. By special parts in their face, they can feel the heat like thermometers. I said before, if you are going to a mall or any shop, they test your head by a thermometer to feel your temperature. Is it 37? You are okay. You can go inside the mall. If it is very high, 40, for example, you have to go to the doctor. You cannot go to the moon. So we can make something like the snake. The snake makes something like the thermometer to locate the reason, to locate their prey, especially in the dark. Especially in the dark. Excellent. Now move to another animal. The bat. The bat is from mammals, not from reptiles. The bat use echolocation and the hearing sense. The super sense in the bat is the hearing sense, the ears, because it has a very weak side. So it uses echolocation to hear and locate things like prey. To locate their prey, they use the ears. They use the hearing sense. Okay, let's move to another animal. Let's move to another animal. The owl. The owl is a bird, albuma, from the birds. It lay eggs. It's not like the mammals. The mammals give birth, give new babies. But the birds lay eggs. الطيور تبيض، لكن الماملز الثدييات بتلد. الماملز lay give birth. الثدييات بتلد صغار، لكن البيردز الطيور تبيض. They lay eggs. Okay, as you know. So here, what is the super sense in the owl? They have extraordinary sight, eye and sight sense. They have strong sight, very big eyes. The face shape like the bowl. الوجه يشبه الايه؟ الصحن او الطبق. The two eyes in front of the face, not like any bird. Any bird, the two eyes in the two sides of the face, but only the owl has the two eyes in front of their face. Okay, they can rotate the head in all directions. There are many adaptations in the owl. They have super hearing sense and super sight sense to locate their prey. The reason, of course, to locate their prey, of course. And also it has a bowl-shaped face, help inside, and collecting sound by the big ears. Collecting sound by the bowl-shaped face and the big ears. بتجمع الصوت بالوجه اللي يشبه الصحن وبالأذن الكبيرة. They detect the distant sound. بتقدر تحدد الأصوات البعيدة and the quiet movement والحركة البسيطة. لو في رات أو فار صغير بيتحرك بالراحة جدا على الأرض, it can hear and sense by its movement, by the hearing sense, a very strong hearing sense. Okay? Okay. Next session, inshallah, we will discuss together the nervous system. And the science book, here we have some questions. You can solve, you can ask some questions about the bat, the owl, and the snake. You can here ask and answer. Ask yourself 3 questions. Ask yourself 3 questions and answer yourself. Ask and answer. Ask about what? Ask about the nocturnal animals. Like what? Like the bat. Like what? Like the owl. Here about the bat. You can ask here about the bat. You ask a question and answer it. Okay? What is the super sense of the bat, for example, and so on. Ask and answer. Okay? Here, you ask and answer about the bat. In the second place here, you can ask and answer about the owl. You can here ask about the owl. Here, you ask and answer about the owl. What is the super sense of the owl, for example? How can the owl hunt in the dark? And the last animal, ask and answer about it, is what? The snake. What is the snake super sense? And this will be the third animal. You have to ask and answer about it. The third animal, which is a snake. Ask and answer about the snake. How the snake sense by praise. What is the super sense of the snake? You will ask yourself and answer yourself. This is your homework today. I will finish the session now. Thank you very much for your following and attention. I hope you enjoyed the session. and goodbye for now until we meet again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.